everyone. So maybe a little bit of disappointment. This is a pre-recorded show. You see, this is a pre-recorded show up there for it. It is Monday, the 8th of April. It is about 2 o'clock, and this is a pre-recorded show. I'll explain why in a moment. But the 2 o'clock is important because it means that you have less than 2 hours to book your place for Brighton. If you want to pre-register, if you want to do everything before coming to Brighton, the all UK time today, so you've got about 2 hours left to do it. Of course, if you don't do it, it doesn't mean you can't come. It just means you'll have to turn up in Brighton on the day and register and pay for it. Okay, so this is your 2 hour alert to for that. Now we will be back live properly on Wednesday. There is a live show coming on Wednesday, but this is a pre-recorded show, and it's pre-recorded because we couldn't find a time when we could go live with Letizia, our other plenary speaker. So we recorded an interview with her over the weekend, and we're going to play it out to you now. So she is the final morning plenary speaker that we haven't spoken to, and Georgia interviewed her. It's a really interesting interview about her her plenary, and that's coming up. And then after that, we will also tell you a little bit about what we're doing with the live shows from Brighton itself, and we'll be going live on Tuesday in a week's time, so it's the 15th, isn't it? At about 3 o'clock UK time, we'll be bringing our usual mix of interviews, etc., from the conference. But after the interview, there is a block with the live crew, which will tell you what is happening. So you are now, I've taken about 2 minutes so far. So you've got just under 2 hours now if you want to register for it. If you have miraculously missed all the information on the conference and want to see the program or want to see what is coming up, then of course you can go to the website that is now coming across the bottom, IATEFL.org conference program, and there you will see the conference program. You see I put it on the screen for you there, nice big conference program. You can go to it and you can click on the PDF and it will download, or you can look at it on screen through that online version there. So you can go to that website. If you can't remember that and you desperately want the program, go to the IATEFL website and you'll see a big banner on the website, and you will be able to just click on that and it will redirect you to that program. Okay, so as I said, we are going to be coming to you live as usual from Wednesday, 2 o'clock UK time. In that show, we'll be joined by our president, Alexandra, and our incoming vice president, Christopher, and they're going to be talking to us first about the new social events that we have got at conference this year. If you have studied the program, then you might notice these 2 new events that are coming up in the evening. So Alex and Chris are going to come and talk to us about those, and then they'll stay around and we'll do our usual pre-conference part of giving advice to you. If it's your first time at conference, then we'll share our tips and advice for you. If you are a conference veteran or you've been before, then please join that show and share your tips, and we'll put them together and put them on screen for people. So Wednesday, 2 o'clock, we'll be live. But now let's get on with the pre-recorded show, and here's Georgia.
And hello and welcome to another IATEFL live show. We're getting closer and closer to the conference, and I'm very, very excited because with us we have got one of our plenary speakers, Letizia Cinganotto. Letizia, welcome to our show.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. I'm so grateful to IATEFL for inviting me to have the plenary. Can't wait, but I'm so excited, but also so worried.
Why are you worried, Letizia?
Well, it's a big responsibility, and so when I received the invitation, I said, well, is that real? I couldn't believe it. So fingers crossed, but I can't wait. It's really great privilege for me. So thank you, IATEFL, for inviting me.
Amazing. Now, before you give us a sneak peek of your plenary, let's talk a little bit about you. So for the people watching us from home, who are you? Can you tell us a few things about your ELT journey so far?
Yeah, with pleasure. So first of all, I started my professional and passion as well for ELT as a primary teacher of English. So I was very young, and I used to teach English in a primary school. And at the same time, I was studying, so till my PhD. And then I moved to upper secondary school. So I started teaching English in upper secondary school. Then I worked for some years, about 10 years, at the Ministry of Education in Italy. And there, so I had the privilege to work directly with teachers on policies, on educational and linguistic policies. So that was another, perspective, always dealing with the DLT and with CLIL, which is one of my main passion, main research areas, and it has been for many years. Then I became a researcher, a senior researcher in Indire, at Indire, which is the Educational Research Institute of the Ministry of Education in Italy. So another perspective as well. So as a researcher, so in contact with teachers and with university at the same time, because that institute is the official, let's say, research institute of the ministry, but at the same time is a sort of bridge between school and university. So so many perspectives I had the privilege to have, and so many contacts. And at the same time, I've always been dealing with international projects, and so my international passion as well was always there. And then I finally became a professor of language teaching. Now I teach language teaching at University for Foreigners in Perugia, which is in the heart of Italy, in Umbria, in the center of Italy. And I teach language teaching, so a transversal topic about language education, about methodologies, and about learning technologies. I'm currently working on a research project on AI for Italian as a foreign language, as a second language, together with, of course, English, ELT. So I've got different research areas, and I really like. And I'm also rectoral delegate for international relations, and so I travel the world just to spread the mission of my university, and that's something that I particularly like. And what I will do, and this is some sort of preview of my plenary, I will try to report some of my some of my, let's say, snapshots of my journey, my trips all over the world, and my impressions about ELT, about the use, the teaching of English in some contexts that I had the privilege to experience, and that were, of course, pieces of my life, and at the same time pieces of my work, of course, a great enrichment for me. And I will try to share some of my experiences with the participants at IATEFL.
Incredible. Now, you mentioned the plenary, and the plenary has got a very interesting title. A very interesting question in the title. Let me change that. What's new? So, teaching English and other languages, what's new? Now, first of all, what truly inspired you to talk about?
Yeah, first of all, I think that I was inspired by, very, very first idea that I had was CLIL, which is Content and Language Integrated Learning. That is one of my main research areas, one of my greatest passion, which is also a keyword for plurilingualism, multilingualism, pluricultural repertoire, lingual approaches. That's somehow key in our times. And that was, let's say, deep in my heart, this idea of trying to intertwine English ELT with all the other languages. So we have this, for example, we have this acronym, which is LOTE, so the languages other than English. So I work a lot, for example, with Italian, CLIL, so another perspective, which is CLIL in Italian. So for international students in my university is is an international campus, so we have students from all over the world. So I have CLIL with LOTE, so other languages other than English, in my case Italian. That's something that can happen, of course, all over the world. So this idea of, let's say, adopting different perspectives and trying to see the role of English is in this mosaic of different cultures, different perspectives, different languages. And English, of course, is the global language, is the lingua franca, and we need English to be so powerful as it is. But in the same time, we can use English to, for example, foster plurilingualism. We can use English as a bridge language. We can use translanguaging. So many pedagogical practices where English is a mosaic, is a part of this kaleidoscope of languages. And I think that our students should be aware as soon as possible of this puzzle, or this mosaic. And this is also what the companion volume of the CFR encourages to do, so to enhance our students' plurilingual repertoire.
All right, that sounds very, very interesting, Letizia. So my question is, for anyone who wants to come to the plenary, what would be the key things, again, without spoiling too much, what would be the key things?
Okay, what I can mention is a model that I will discuss. I will present. That's actually a research project I was directly involved in Italy within an international perspective. But I don't want to spoil too much. That's a model that's also encouraged and mentioned in the Council recommendation for a comprehensive approach to teaching and learning of languages 2019 that fosters multilingualism and the enhancement of the students' plurilingual repertoire. And I'm going to give some input about this model, some examples of also of activities, just to something that's already been implemented in different contexts. And so I'm going to, within, of course, the framework of international documents and recommendations. And so UNESCO, for example, OECD, I had the privilege, for example, to be involved in the framework of the foreign language assessment test, and that's going to be launched in 2025. So I'm going to mention some of these as well, together with the CML, the European Center for Modern Languages. I had the privilege to be involved in a project in the CML as well. So all these different experiences that are for my life, and the lessons that I learned from all these international institutions and the wonderful projects I'm involved in, and I will try to do my best to share my my humble experience, of course, with the participants as much as it can be valuable, it can be relevant, and I hope that it will be relevant to the people that will come to my plenary. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Letizia. So some of my last questions are related to IATEFL. What are you mostly looking forward to at this year's conference?
Well, actually, as every year, you can find so many interesting input and new things. And well, for me, every year, IATEFL is a new journey, is an exciting journey and an exciting adventure because sometimes I'm attracted by speakers that I know, that I personally know, and of course, it's sometimes a matter of friendship because I want to, of course, stay there and listen to them. Some other cases is just because I'm attracted by the topic, by some keywords, and I find out that it's something really new, something wonderful. So I think sometimes serendipity will help because maybe yes, you are just attracted by the title, and then you find out that this is really interesting. So it's a really a journey, and of course I may take the opportunity to say a few words about my SIG because I'm also a member of the LT SIG, Learning Technology SIG. So we've been working a lot, of course, on learning technologies. I was mentioning artificial intelligence, but also all the other, different tools, different perspectives. So we're going to have our PCE and we're going to have our showcase on learning technologies, just of course, as one of the different SIGs that are all wonderful, all relevant. And so I think that IATEFL is really the biggest is a really the big summit for ELT teachers, but not only for ELT teachers, for teachers language, for educators working in the field of languages in general, because you can find input on any for transversal input that could be adapted to any languages. So for language education is really crucial, and every year you'll find something new, and every year there will be a discovery. And of course, every SIG will provide the right answer to every passion, every particular need for so it could be, of course, I mentioned my SIG because I've been involved in that in particular, but every other SIG will be wonderful as well.
Amazing. And what advice would you give to attendees who are looking forward to making the most out of their experience in IATEFL?
Well, first of all, have a look at the program, of course, and try to study. We can check. We can first of all highlight what, as I was saying, partly familiar, so friends, speakers that we already know. Partly what can be interesting from the title, from the topic. What I would suggest is to, of course, study the program and try to highlight and focus on what is relevant. But then at the same time, when you are there, you may be attracted by some other events. You may be or maybe you'll be with colleagues and you want to share your ideas and maybe share the participation to an event or to a seminar with some colleagues that you have just met. This is also very important, this social dimension. So we know that IATEFL is probably one of the biggest community of practice of teachers, of language teachers in the world. So it's, of course, the good opportunity for meeting new friends, or maybe see in person, meet in person, maybe colleagues that we had met only online. And so also this experience, I think, is great, is wonderful, because this socialization that you can have when you talk with the colleagues about topics, that passion that you share. And also I think that this so sharing an event, the participation to an event, to a seminar together, and comment on it, it will be really valuable. So IATEFL is really amazing, and I can't wait. And so I'm looking forward to seeing friends and new friends, to meet new friends and colleagues there.
Amazing, Letizia. I cannot wait to see you at the conference and to come to your plenary. So thank you very much for joining us today. And I'll see you in Brighton.
Yeah, see you in Brighton. Thank you again.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
What an absolutely incredible video. Hello and welcome back. Not only with me, but let's say hello to Anka, Nikki, Sean.
Hi, Georgia.
Oh, the gang is back. Hello. How are we doing?
Well, clearly Morton need as much energy as you. Wow.
I'm getting all the energy from the thought that the IATEFL conference is coming soon.
Well, it must be near because the gang's back together again, I guess, is how we look at that. Gosh, it's almost it's a year since we've been together in where were we? In Harrogate. Yeah, that's right.
In Harrogate, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we don't see each other in the meantime. I think we should remind people who's in the room. People know Georgia. People probably know me from the live show as well. So, Georgia, who are you?
Hello, my name is Georgia. I live in Cambridge. I'm a principal, a teacher trainer, and I am in love with IATEFL. And I'm really happy to be back.
And you're about to become?
I am the incoming digital chair, but this is something that saddens me because we will not have Sean to annoy next year.
It doesn't sadden me. Next to Georgia, we've got one of you, Anka. It's going to go well in the live show, isn't it, folks?
Looking forward to that already. So I'm Anka. I'm a university lecturer in the Netherlands and do a lot with sustainability and organizations that focus on sustainability and environmentalism. And can't wait to Brighton.
Yeah.
So happy to have the gang back together live. And
she's our sustainability expert. So if you're talking about sustainability at IATEFL, look out for Anka. Nikki!
Hello, I'm Nikki and I'm a teacher educator in Brno, the Czech Republic. I work at a university and I'm interested in everything really, but I suppose, but I like technology and the use of tech in English language teaching. So I'm looking forward to that because it's all about AI this year, isn't it?
Do you think? I had a look at the program in Harrogate. I don't think there's a mention of AI from the Harrogate program.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah.
And this year, there's the opening plenary. There's at least one forum, a signature event, a debate, and I think there's some like 25 sessions that have the word AI in it. With it, I mean, obviously last year it was a circumstance of time, wasn't it? Because AI came out, generative AI, ChatGPT came out in November 22, but that was after the deadline for submitting proposals for Harrogate. So it's quite clear why it's there. So if you think we're going to do live show, all the live shows are just going to be AI, not AI instead of us.
I mean, a little bit of backstage information. Last year when ChatGPT came out, we were all using it to generate good questions as well. So even though we're all brilliant and very nice,
don't tell the audience the secret.
but it's a very useful tool.
Well, we'll find out what Vicky has to say in our opening plenary in a few days' time. Anki, you said sustainability. Sustainability is that? I mean, last year there were quite a few talks on sustainability. Is it still a theme of the conference?
Less so, I'm afraid. Last year, I think there were quite a couple sessions. Like every day, you could attend 1 or 2 sessions on sustainability. And I think this year there's like 3 or 4 on environmentalism or adding green to the classroom or fighting climate change. I was happy to see a lot of sessions on diversity, inclusivity.
Okay.
I think that's definitely one of the themes this year. And I'm happy to see that it's getting past just like what do we see in the textbooks. We still have those, but we also look at how important is it, for example, to have an accent. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? How do you include heritage and other like history in English teaching? And I think that's very interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
On that theme, Nikki, I think you flagged up to me, because obviously when we're planning the live shows, we look through the initial program and look at try and work out what the themes might be for who we're going to interview. I think, Nikki, one of the themes you flagged up to me was almost like the women and identity side of things in terms of talks, and that seems to be a theme with it. I can't remember what the talk was. I know we've got them down for an interview at some point, but can you remember?
Yeah, I know that it's Julie Norton. Yeah.
Yeah. And Heather Buchanan, that's it. That's right, Julian. Yeah, and but they were just one of a number of talks on women's identity in ELT, I think, or something like that. Which is a topic that's swung round again. I mean, I've got 3 women here.
Yes, I know. Yeah, but I mean, but this is the thing, isn't it? That predominantly, certainly when I'm working, the students are predominantly female, and when we go into schools, it's predominantly a female staff. But when we go somewhere like IATEFL, suddenly there are a lot of men around, and I'm just wondering where they all come from.
That's your interview question for day 1 then. Excuse me, are you male? Where are you from?
But it's fascinating to me because they're all hiding, and suddenly for conference they come out.
Okay, so that's something we'll keep an eye on. I'm now going to pay a good attention to that balance. As we go on. So what we're looking forward to, they're the themes. What we're looking forward to in Brighton?
Well-being.
You're looking for sort of.
Yeah,
you're curious about that.
Yes, absolutely. That's one of the topics that's always a hot topic. I'm really happy that people actually talk about this. And in some of our previous live shows, people did mention well-being during the conference as well. So this is brilliant.
Yeah, we've got a number of people lined up, I think, for talks on it. Hopefully, even on our first show, we'll be diving, looking at the schedule on my other computer. We've got people lined up on well-being. So I think that's I think the other thing, and I think that's always there, but maybe it's because I'm more involved in it now. One of the things I noticed in the conference this year is the number of EAP talks. There are quite a lot of talks which are EAP related, whether they be IELTS or related to ChatGPT, I don't know. I don't know if it's observational bias, whether it's because I'm more interested in EAP because of what I do in my job now. But I do notice there's a real theme of EAP, which is, I guess, is a topic that we never really cover in the live shows. So perhaps, well, hopefully, we'll get a few people on that with it. First time in Brighton, everybody? No.
No, because there was IATEFL in Brighton was 2017.
Yes.
Yeah, was it?
George
It was 2018, I think. Actually, yeah, 2018. It's a fabulous venue. I love it. But we've talked about this before. I don't like the seagulls. That's the only thing I'm scared of, really.
The chips.
Huge.
Girls, I'm sorry to bring this to you, but we have agreed with one of our speakers to go swimming every morning.
Oh, yeah.
And you're included as well. So,
hang on. Wait, what? Where?
In the sea.
The sea?
I'm afraid I have a prior engagement.
Isn't open water swimming on trend at the moment? Although at the time when we're doing this, there are lots of health warnings about the sewage in the sea again in the UK. So maybe not a great idea. We have a true or false question that we play during some of the shows. This is the 9th time IATEFL have been in Brighton for its conference. It's my third IATEFL Brighton, I think. Yeah, I like that. I like Brighton. I like the venue. It's going to be interesting, and of course, the live shows are actually in a bar this year, so that's quite good. Unfortunately,
you could put the four of us. I think it's ridiculous.
but I think, unfortunately, I think that bar is closed. But we will be in bar 2 in the conference center. So if you're in the conference center and you want to come and see us or want to appear in the live show, I think Georgia's bringing her wheel with us, so she can we'll spin the wheel like last year. So if you want to join, come into the live show, the teddy bears will be there. Then we'll be in bar 2. We will be broadcasting live from the conference. Obviously the pre-conference events are on Monday. Conference begins on Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the full days of conference, and then Friday is a slightly shorter day. We will be broadcasting Tuesday to Thursday from 3 in the afternoon UK time till about 6 UK time, so 3 hours each day. And then on the Friday, we'll bring you a morning show as the conference begins to wind down, and we'll begin to look forward to Edinburgh 25. So the morning show will be from 11 on the Friday, but we will bring you coverage of some of the PCE events. We're going to be there from Sunday night, so I'll have videos of us setting up and what's happening in the PCEs for us. But we'll be live each day from 3. So mark your diaries for that. You will be able to follow us. As you can see, we'll be broadcasting through our live stream into all the social medias from it, and the teddy bear will be there, will it, Georgia?
Absolutely, yes. To put another pin, hopefully, on the bear, yes, because we're collecting the pins. So we have got one from Belfast, one from Harrogate, hopefully one from Brighton.
This is a bit.
Bear. Is it a Harrogate bear or a Belfast bear?
It's a Harrogate bear.
It's a Harrogate bear, yeah.
The one that Sean bought us.
So I don't know if I've said this before in the live shows. I only realised I've been involved in IATEFL for many years and volunteering for many years and involved in the conference with various things for many years. I only realised a few months ago that there were actually pins for each conference. I never knew that. So you can go and get a pin. Yeah, so I've got to go and find about 15 years of pins. Anyway, ladies, we should let you go back to things. I'll give the show back to Georgia. I guess I hijacked her a little bit. I'll see you in a few days, I guess, in Brighton. Lovely to see you all.
Amazing! I can't wait to see you all.
I hope you enjoyed both those segments, and it's whetted your appetite even further for what is coming in Brighton next week. So now probably about 90 minutes left for you to pre-register. Also, remember, live show coming to you Wednesday at 2 o'clock UK time. This time next week will be pretty much 3/4 of the way through the PCE day of conference, getting ready for conference to start on Tuesday. And as I say, if you want to pre-book, if you want to go on the online booking system, you have about 90 minutes left, and there's a video to show you how to do it. See you Wednesday.
Yeah.